We're on the final leg of planting out. Time to move into the greenhouse. Started having a clear out in the greenhouse. Let's just put these out as a temporary measure. These are the tomatoes which are going to be potted up and go back into the greenhouse there. And all these also, these are the sweet melon, the little cherry tomatoes. We have a good selection of peppers. Not sure what the varieties are, I'll have to check the numbers. And there is some cosmos which is desperate to go out. The greenhouse is gradually empty. These dahlias, these are the ones that grow from seed. You can see they've already flowered. Some lovely colours on them. Hopefully get these in the ground and probably by the end of the week. But in the meantime, I'm going to put these into the coal frame just to hard them off a little bit. A few more sunflowers here. These are the Sunzilla. That's it. A couple of more trays of beetroot to go out. And hiding around the back there is some spring onion. These are zinnias, and again, they're starting to look a bit pale. I think they're hungry, but again, they were desperate for planting out. And this tray is a bit of for the strays. Got a couple of peppers. There's a begonia, and there's also a tomato as well. A few stray onions there. It's really good. Shame could do potting them outside or something. And this is the cut and come again lettuce. This is still unbelievable. This is, but. I think I might share that off now and wave goodbye to it because it's served its purpose. Done really well this year. Looking down here, we've got another tomato, and this is a CANNA. This is one of the other potholders gave me the bulb, and all the rest is just a matter of getting something tidied up, emptied out, then we can get the tomatoes and cucumbers back in. The last few days with this rain has certainly brought the plants on. None more so there in the veggie pod. Because I don't water this very often with the sump and wicking system, things go unnoticed in there, so have a look in here now. Believe it or not, this stuff here is spinach. Really need to harvest this now because it's actually blocking all the light out of the spring onions which are on the end. These spinach leaves are super size. I reckon this would keep Popeye in food for a week. The plan for today is to get the tomatoes into the greenhouse. Now, originally I was going to join the bandwagon in doing this capillary watering method, but things got in the way and I haven't got down to it. So for this year I'm going to be planting directly into the greenhouse border soil. I did do it last year. If you haven't seen the video, I'll put a little card or something to fly out, whatever. And I did tell my mate's greenhouse and he had a great crop with no splitting or blossom end rot or nothing like that, so it really does work. But unfortunately, say for me, I ain't got time to get it set up to this year. I've got ideas how I'm going to do it, but there's still a lot of stuff to get out here before I can even think about planting. So I'm going to crack on. I've given the borders a really good soaking now because the soil was dry in places. Cleared all the decks at the bottom. I've still got the shelves to do, but that's not going to stop me getting the tomatoes and the cucumbers and a few peppers in at the moment. So I'll just let this settle. I did put some 6X manure in the beds and also some ground more, just mixed it up, tilled it in with the little rake, and then give it a good soaking. So I'll let that bed in for another 30 minutes or so and then we can start planting out. I've got 12 high-low rings here, the grow pots. I'm going to be doing 4 tomatoes along the one side, 4 along the other, and on the back I'm doing 4 cucumbers. The 4 plants that I've got here are mini Munch. I've got some mini Munch in the greenhouse which are much larger than these. In fact, I've had about 6 fruits off them and I'm still in 5-inch pots. But I thought I'd give these the best chance, being smaller plants, and plant them directly into the collars. When planting the cucumbers out, take a bit of extra care. Don't do it like brassicas where you just dig a hole and put them up to the first leaf or something. Remove the pot off here. You can see it's got a decent root ball. Try and plant it roughly the same height as that, if maybe a little, just a touch deeper, but not too high, because in general cucumbers don't like getting the stems too wet. I've made a little depression in the soil and about the depth of the pot. Just pop it in. It's just going to go a bit lower, but by the time you've used the soil to pack it around the soil, it'll actually need a bit more soiling. But that gives you the idea there. I'll just top a bit more up. This cardboard ring I've put on there, it's just to stop all the excess soil falling into the watering chamber. So that's the first one watered in and secured. So normally the top ring there is just used for feed, but I will actually water in there for a week or so just to get the roots moving, and then just normal watering will be done around the outer ring, and the top one will be done just for the feed. So that's the 4 cucumbers in high-low rings, are the ones called mini Munch. And right in the middle there I've snuck another cucumber. This one's called Calm, and it's a plug plant, and it's the one I had from DT Brown. So tomorrow I'm going to be planting the tomatoes. I was hoping to get them in today, but I had a bit of a late start. However, carry on and see what tomorrow brings. So it's time now to put the first lot of tomatoes in. These are what I call the standard size, or plum type. And the first one here, it's number 23. This is a cocktail crush. 2 in the centre. Both those are crimson crush. And the one on the end there, number 22. That one there is called Super Mama. So that's the final 4 tomatoes planted out in the greenhouse. These are all the same variety, and that's Sweet Million. A bit smaller than the ones in the opposite side, but they'll soon catch up. If you've never grown these before, you like cherry sweet tomatoes, very well worth a go. And the trusses are absolutely huge. If you notice in front of the pots there's plenty more room. I'm going to have a sort out tomorrow and see what peppers and chilies we've got waiting in the wings, and quite a few of them will go straight into the borders. Once a bed gets established, it's always a shame to spoil it, but after all them crops, we've grown them to eat them. These radish are ready to come out now. Last day or two we've had some tremendous showers which have been soaked up by the ground perfectly. Looks like we've got another one on the way, but before it arrives I think I'm going to pull these radishes up. But we didn't quite make it before the shower comes, so this is part 2. I've took the tops off and just stuck them under the tap for the first pass. We'll tidy them up when I get them in the kitchen, but all in all, it looks a decent crop. Variation in size. And don't taste too bad either. With the recent humid weather and the rain showers together, as you're well aware, it's perfect conditions for blight. The last couple of days I've received an alert, which is where the blight watch people inform you in your area if there's any recorded cases. I think it requires a minimum air temperature of 10 degrees and a relative humidity of 90% or more for 6 hours. And so I've had that for 2 days. I'll put a link underneath for the Blight Watch website. Well worth registering. Just put your postcode in, and when there's blight recorded in your area, it tips you off. The other thing is, this type of weather, it's perfect and all for hay fever. High pollen today and also tomorrow, and I can feel my eyes itchy. Anybody that suffers with hay fever, I do sympathise with you. Right, I'm going to get myself some hay fever tablets. So until the next time, we'll see you later. Bye for now.